I know everyone's pretty interested in the current real estate market, so this is just some information that you can share with your clients or knowledge that you can take for yourself. So I'll turn it over to Taylor.
Thank you, Trent. Yes, everybody knows the market is very hot, and I do not see that stopping. So let's get right into this. Can everyone see my screen all right?
Yes, we can.
Terry, thank you. Cool. All right, so you're at the Westside Investors Network right now. We are live. Thank you all for joining us. I will get right into the market update here for January. My name is Taylor Rhodes. I am a licensed broker with Uptown Properties. Also do a lot of leasing activity for them, investing, market analysis, all that good stuff, a lot of portfolio facilitation, and I am very excited to be here. There's my contact information if you want to harass me. So let's get right into it. Total active listings. So you can see the red triangle there at the bottom of your screen is what we just posted in the month of January. 2,200 active listings. This is an extremely low number. As you can obviously see, we are way below. And as I was chatting with some of our fellow brokers, we were just like kind of reveling at the idea that we are like at 40% of what we were at in 2020. Like, this is just insane. It's an insane time to be alive. It's a great time to be a property owner. So shout out to all of you property owners out there. And if you are a buyer, it is tough, and you know that you have to come with your best shot every single time. So I do not see this trend really changing in the foreseeable future. I see total active listings more or less staying about at these 40% and 30 or 50% levels of what we were at over the past 2 years. Let's talk about new listings. More of the same here. New listings are at 2,307 for January. Once again, lower than we've seen in the past 2 years. It's really just more of the same, showing how strong our market is. You know, there's just not a lot to choose from. And when we do see new inventory hitting the market, you can expect that if it's priced right, it is going to sell very quickly. So the pending sales are remarkably right on track with 2020. And if we remember 2 slides back to our active listings, where our total active listings were at about 40% of where they were 2 years ago, yet we're just on track with where pending sales are even now compared to 2 years ago. All you're saying is it's really tough to get a home in contract if you're looking to buy one. So if you are looking to buy one, feel free to reach out to any of your fellow brokers, especially myself, to see what kind of strategies you can use to get a property under contract for you and yours. But I don't see this trend really changing much. I think pending sales are going to be about at the same levels that we saw in 2021 and 2020. I think in February you can expect for them, and we've already felt it since we're halfway through. Happy Valentine's Day. In February here, that is probably going to be right around that 2,400 mark like we just saw last year. So closed sales, you can see on the left side of the screen here in January, the red bar, you can see we had the most closed sales in the past 5 years if you include 2022, which is once again just a remarkable number if you take into effect and to account the total active listings that we have the most closed sales in the past 5 years this year. So that number is at 1,853, as you can see, and I do see this trend continuing with more closed sales happening in February, even though inventory might not be as high as we've seen. So just tough to get a house under contract, and a great time to consider selling your house as we enter the spring season here. If you take a glance at the average and median sales prices, you can see that we may or may not have kind of plateaued, but this is just for a temporary time. I see this trend continuing. The average sales price at 586, median sales price at 512. Just remarkable. Just to think, the median sales price in the Portland Metro is at 512,000. This is wild. Once again, just a great time to hold your home. We were up, we'll get into this, but about 16% year over year on your house if you didn't do anything to it, which is just a great time to hold that asset. So average total market time did increase a little bit, but if you look at January year over year, we are at 38 days. 38 days is a very short time frame. when you consider you put a house in contract, you put it through all the paces of getting it financed, getting it appraised, getting it inspected 38 days to pin a home and close a home. That is a remarkably short time. I do not see this trend going up. I see it continuing down, especially giving February, March, and April. That's what we saw in the past 2 years. I think we can expect more of the same, with lows as low as what we saw in July of last year at 20 days, 19 days. So I think we're going to be hitting those numbers again in the forecast soon here for spring and summer. Let's look at inventory in months. Just a real quick recap for those folks who don't exactly know what inventory is. This is just the amount of months that it would take for all the homes to sell out if no more homes were to be put on the market. So you can see here in January of 2022, a 0.8. Essentially what that means is in 0.8 months, all the homes would quote unquote sell out. Once again, that is a crazy number. We posted the lowest number ever in December of 2021 at a 0.6, just mind boggling. Like half a month, all of the inventory of homes that you thought were going to be there for you to go and see an open house are already pending. What is going on? Well, we have a lot of things going on. There's not a lot of supply right now, as you can see, and total active listings are way down to record lows. You have the looming kind of inflation over everyone's head, so people are looking for relief. And if your home is priced well on the market, you can expect it to go pending very quickly. So 0.8, once again, I do not see this trend changing in the foreseeable future. There has been some talk of rate hikes, the Fed's to do 3 rate hikes this year. I don't really think that's going to slow the market down in the Portland metro too much. I just think that since it's been a perpetual seller's market for the past several years here, I think that's just going to continue. Going on now to the Portland metro residential highlights. This is just more of the same of what we kind of saw. You see here in January, new listings down year over year, 10%. That's crazy. Pending sales down a little bit, but not as much as the new listings. Closed sales are up though. So it's just crazy. Average price and median sales price up 14 and 11.3%. So just a good time to hold real estate. The typical average and median sales price increase year over year is around 2 to 3, maybe 4%. So we're seeing 14 and 11. That is wild. Total market time down 13.5%. So I do not see this trend stopping. Let's look at Portland Metro January small multifamily statistics. You can see there were 34 transactions done in the month of January. And moving this so I can view the screen for what happened in December, there was 53 transactions, so less transactions done, surely because there are less active listings and less inventory for investors to look at. It is exciting that there were some VA loans done December, shout out to December, 1 owner carry contract, but by and large, the sold price ratio at 99.63 and 99.5 for the original sales price percentage. Sellers are pretty much getting what they're asking for. So not a big surprise with inventory the way that it is right now. I see this trend continuing with not a lot of choosings for investors out there and for a competitive type market, especially as we enter the spring here. So thank you for just joining me really quickly as we looked at the January market updates. It's a great time to be a homeowner or a property owner, and it is a tough time to be buying it, but it does seem like a great asset to get into with the idea of inflation on the horizon. So thank you so much, and I'll turn it back to Trent now.